ॐ विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यन्निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यः साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयम् तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्र्यचित्रीकृतम् मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी वयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ मन्त्र नंबर 13 अङ्गुष्ठमात्रः पुरुषः ज्योतिरिवाधूमकः ईशानो भूतभव्यस्य स एवाद्य सौष्वः एतद्वै तत्. So this mantra also is a Mahavakya, showing the identity between oneself and Ishvara. Other than Mahavakya also there is identity. Identity is there from the standpoint of Ishvara. Identity is not there from the standpoint of a Jiva. So if identity, Ishvara, the one who is all-knowing says, all that is there is I, then Jiva cannot challenge it. Yet Jiva says, I am different from Ishvara, duality is there, that is purely due to ignorance, which Upadhi is not there in Ishvara. Could you follow now? Ah. So therefore, there is nothing other than Ishvara, you can say that. And that is what Swamiji tries to prove all the time, that all that is here is Ishvara in form of orders. All the possibilities. All the possibilities. To explore the possibility, also the faculty is given also is a manifestation of Ishvara. It's not your manifestation. Oh, I decided to have free will. No, no, no. But I got it because my karma. But then this karma should result into this way is also possibility. So there are defects in the law, Swamiji. Defects. There are exceptions in all the laws and all that. Those exceptions, so-called disorder is not disorder. It only thing is a given thing functions differently when the parameter changes. That's what science discovered. So therefore, basically there are so-called defects is also detected by the faculty. There is a possibility that you can detect it. All is possibility means all is given, 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 given. Everything is given. And the giver is not separate from the given. That's Ishvara. How can you say giver is not separate from given? It's being material cause. Therefore, he is present in the form of what is given. This, not this, this. Here. Yeah. That there is such a thing called mind. There is such a thing called brain. and it's functioning. It's all laws, all possibilities. My God, what is not Ishvara here? Only thing is, due to this avidya upadhi, I just claim what belongs to Ishvara. That's what it is. That is called individual. Individual really does not possess anything, including even a I thought, and pervades the whole body, etc., along with that consciousness. Everything is Ishvara alone. Ishvara alone is in the form of ahankara. But due to avidya, upadhi, you definitely claim yourself as ahankara. And then you think that this is your body, your mind, your senses, your prana. Really speaking, the very breathing, the itself is a manifestation of Hiranyagarbha Sutratma, prana, samashti prana. Where is so breathing? The prana is here, and then other physiological activities, all part of physiological order, samashti. So just claiming this as I is avidya. All that is here is Ishvara. So even one doesn't have a knowledge that I and Ishvara are identical in terms of the consciousness adhishthanam, still, really speaking, there is a zero distance. Means a non-duality at that level is already there. One who appreciates a non-duality at a relative level, for him to understand a non-duality essentially is easy. One who appreciates non-duality at relative level, telling that I, so-called I, this jiva, I, the individual, is totally pervaded by Ishvara, and therefore, well, whatever I do is in fact all that is due to the possibilities. What I experience is all due to the possibilities, right? What I know is all due to the possibilities. The very faculty, of the world to know is given, the faculty is given, and same Ishvara manifests in the form of a ahankara, as a pramata, as a basic conscious being. Basic conscious means consciousness and the mind, upadhi. All is given. Mind is given, consciousness is given. I mean, given means the consciousness is the nature of Ishvara. And therefore, basically, the pramatrutvam, everything. And therefore, as a pramata, I know various things. I need not have to claim that I am a knower of so and so. I have so much knowledge and all that. It's all within the order of Ishvara. Cognitive order, psychological order, physiological order, all orders, physical order. And therefore, there is no distance between I and Ishvara, right? Other than this simply a upadhi called avidya. But that avidya is there. We have to remove that avarana. No, I am different from Ishvara. That is avidya. I am different from Ishvara is avidya. Bheda drishti. We have seen that. Bhashakara said this Bheda drishti is avidya. Not that there is a Swamiji, there is avarana. We have to remove that. We have to remove the final, some kind of that cover between me and as if there is a physical distance between I and Ishvara, and that distance is in terms of some parda, some kind of a curtain, avarana bheda. There are a lot of people talk like this. In Kashi, you will find all this. In Rishikesh also, avarana bheda. We have to destroy that avarana. Destroy avarana means you change your perception that I am identical to Ishvara. That is, then avidya is gone. No, I am distinct from Ishvara. That one is the vidya. Therefore, there is no, the duality, as we said, that there is another thing That is not duality. That there is another thing. That notion is duality. Swamiji, there is another thing. Look at that. He's another, she's another, there is another. No, no, no. That there is another thing. That notion is duality. Amazing it is. So you cannot establish a really an objective existence of avidya. It's right here. And that Veda Drishti, that becomes a upadhi for the I, Brahman, consciousness. If you remove that, where is the, where is the distance between what is the difference between you and other jiva? What is the difference between you and Parmeshwara? Nothing. If you remove the, if you correct your perception through the teaching, pramana, that's it. Therefore, there is, Swamiji, I am seeing something different because there is something different outside. No. Your notion that there is a different thing other than me, there is a separate thing other than me. Huh? There is another being. That your notion, which is born of the vidya upadhi, as that is a jiva's upadhi, as the individual's upadhi, that becomes a obstacle. And then further obstacles are there that has to be cleared first. All that is pervaded by Ishvara, and therefore I need not have any kind of an arrogance. Right? I need not have any kind of an arrogance. Well, that gives you certain purity. We become humble. Yeah, you need not fulfill even your likes and dislikes as ahankara, because the very ahankara is pervaded by. Anyway, so there are other layers of obstacles which is to be taken care of before you understand the identity between you and Parmeshwara at Adhisthana level. Finally, oh, I am Brahman. Ishvara says I am Brahman, I say I am Brahman. That's it, over. Therefore, Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, well, Jnani is a self of me and I am the self of Jnani. That's it. Jnani tu Atma eva matam. So the Jnani tu Atma eva matam. Mama Atma. Jnani is myself. And I am the self of Jnani. Identity. Therefore, well, Atma alone is Priyam. Atmanastu Kamaya. Atma is Priyam, but that Atma happens to be Parmeshwara. And therefore, since Jnani is my Atma, and Atma is very Priyam, Jnani is very Priyam to me. He said, yeah, Jnani to Atma eva matam saha to mama priya, something I forgot now that mama priya. All are dear to me. Chaturvida bhajante mam janaha sukriti norjuna. Arto artharthi jignasu jnani. But you know, Jnani is my Atma. And I am the self of Jnani. So Jnani loves himself. Everyone loves himself. Jnani loves himself, but he knows. Being Jnani, he knows the self as Parmeshwara. Therefore, he loves me most. And Jnani is my Atma. And Atma is, everyone loves Atma. I also love Atma. But my Atma is Jnani. Therefore, I love Jnani very much. But Swamiji, Jnani means one who has a Jnanam. Yeah, but Jnani never says, I have a Jnanam of Brahman. If he says that, that still Ahankara is very much there. I know chemistry like that, I know Brahman. I have a Brahma Jnanam. He doesn't say that way. I am Brahman, he says. He never says, I am a knower of Brahman. Brahmavid Brahma eva bhavati. If he says, I am a knower of Brahman, means he has objectified Brahman now, somewhere in the mind, which can never be objectified. That he is objective. Therefore, he is not Brahmavid. Okay? One who says, I am a knower of Brahman, he is not Brahmavid, really speaking. One who knows Brahman says, I am Brahman, naturally, because that's a self. So I go with the Brahman. I cannot go still I cannot remain as a knower. The knower is Brahman. Knower is knocked out by the pramana, tattvamasi, etc. Tvam, the knower, who is operating me, the means of knowledge, Shastra says, you are exposing as a knower to me. I am telling you, you are Tat. You are the cause of the creation. You are Parmeshwara. You are the one who is the content of everything, who is the self of everything, who is the truth of everything. You are Sarvatma. It's too much, Swamiji. So this mantra is basically a Mahavakya again, and part of it is a repetition of the last mantra. Ishano Bhuta Bhavyasya, etc. is a repetition. The first part of the mantra here in 13th talks about this Jivatma, and it is compared to a flame without any smoke. So Angushta Matra Purushaha, and that Angushta Matra, that Angushta Parimana or Angushta Parimana, because it definitely obtains, it is present here. It, all pervading things should be present also, but all pervading things should be here also. Yeah, but all pervading thing is obtained in form of ahankara. It manifests. All pervading sun is there. Everything right now also is the sun has come inside. But you are not able to see sun. Because you need a certain specific thing where the sun appears as sun. Sunlight may be everywhere. So everything shines in consciousness, but consciousness obtained as a consciousness, conscious being, ahankara, that is at a few places. And that is the subtle body, the antakarana. And that in antakarana, it obtains as a angushta matra, naturally. Space, all pervading space obtained in the pot or that bamboo. We have seen that. All pervading space appears as a small space. Appears. That's what we call obtain. Obtain means appears, manifest, present. It's not that it is there and nowhere else. It all pervading. Obtains means it appears, manifest. Yeah. Anyway. And therefore, the first part of the mantra talks about this Angushtamatra Purusha, that Jivatma is comparing to a flame. Jyotihi. What kind of a flame? Adhumakaha, without any smoke. And that's without smoke means smoke is indicating is upadhi. Yeah, it is upadhi. And so smokeless flame, and the smoke arises out of what? Out of what? Flame, right? Smokeless flame. So definitely smoke is not arising. What arises of this Brahman or Atma? The Jagat. Upadhi. Okay? That is without that. Pure consciousness. That's how I today took pure consciousness. You are that flame. Pure consciousness. Without any upadhi, without karyam. Okay? Without karyam, without upadhi. Without karyakaran upadhi. And so smokeless flame, therefore indicating a pure consciousness which is not associated to anything. Just consciousness. And so, in other words, pure consciousness is like a smokeless flame, extremely bright, self-effulgent, self-shining, and capable of illumining everything. What arises out of that automatically gets illumined. Why it automatically gets illumined? It arises out of that and goes away. Then it cannot illuminate. It is here and that is there. If what arises out of anything is always non-separate from that thing. What arises out of the clay, it's called pot, never away from the clay. Because he is in the form of existence. It has to lend existence to that. Therefore, what lends existence, well, keeps that thing non-separate from itself. Or what borrows existence is automatically non-separate from the one who lends existence. Okay? And therefore, being non-separate gets illumined because I'm self-shining. I'm self-shining and therefore Jyoti. Therefore, that is illumined. Therefore, I am a illuminator. Again, Kartrutvam. No, no, sir. I am a self-shining principle, like self-shining sun. Sun never illumines the world. World which is near to the sun is illumined. The world which is far away, we don't know even in solar family, called solar family, the last one, maybe the dark one, ever dark, maybe, or even beyond that, is not illumined by this sun naturally. And therefore, I'm that self-shining Jyoti, which, and all this is non-separate. What arises out of me is non-separate, gets illumined. I am a witness. That's called witness. What is witnessed, illumined, right? I am a changeless, invariable principle, which is self-shining, self-effulgent. And then mantra adds this pure consciousness is nothing but Paramatma, Ishano Bhut Bhavyasya. Angushtamatra Purushaha, Ishana. Same thing, which is beyond time space. And then Shankaracharya ji, commenting on this mantra, says Upanishad makes it very clear to us that Jivatma survives death. We'll be talking about that. Sevadya, Saushvaha, etc., etc. So, and adds that actually that is not necessary, as by logic itself we can prove it also. Shruti says, of course. So this so-called Jiva, which is in truth is Parmeshwara only, but even Jiva survives, etc. We'll be seeing. And what this logic, of course, he doesn't explain in detail, but well, we can know that with through our reasoning. Suppose the Jiva survives, means there was a past birth, there is a next birth, etc., future birth in case if one doesn't gain knowledge, etc. So that even Shastra says, otherwise also, Bhashakara says we can understand. Bhashakara doesn't give reason. But he says with the help of a Nyaya also we can understand. And that Nyaya is, suppose you don't accept a past birth of a baby who is born, human baby. Then if you don't accept the past birth, then how will you explain the experiences in terms of Sukha Dukkha, which is happening in the life of a baby? As a baby, he has not done even karmas. So that you can say he has done this karma and therefore he is experiencing a pleasant experience or an unpleasant experience because he has done some karma. But he's just born. He has not done any karma. Then how will you explain? He's suffering from some disease, let's say. How will you explain? No, that is just, it is suffering. That means he suffers for no reason. He means there is a chaos. Somebody has a good situation, right? Just he has not done good karma also. He's also baby. The other one also is baby. And one is suffering, one is having all goody things, joy. Then what is the reason for that? No, there is no reason. Means there is a chaos, there is no law. But all whole thing you find is all law, all order. And therefore, we will have to say that he must have done some good karmas or bad karmas in previous life. So this is called reason. Anyway, or else you will have to, if you say, well, he has not done good or bad karmas as a baby, then God must have given like that. May you suffer. Why? Why God? You have to suffer. Then God will be having this raga, dvesha, etc. Right? Yeah. So somehow baby must have earned it, and then one has to say, if not in this short life, of course, at least in previous life. So there must have been a past birth. And if past birth can be understood like this, then why not rebirth? Then there should be a rebirth also. So in the past birth itself, if you accept the past birth, means as a past birth, he got this rebirth. Right? So why not, if he does some good karma or bad karmas here, well, there will be a rebirth also. And therefore, well, so the baby must have existed before acquiring the body in some other body. And one can still argue that the whole phenomena could have been accidental. But then, if the whole universe is accidental, then there will be a big one chaos, and no one will have any incentive to do anything good. You don't have any incentive, because even if you do good karmas, you are not going to get good result even in future, in this life or in next life, because there is no next birth at itself. And if it is so that to experience the good karmas, you will not have a next birth, then if you do good karmas in this life also, why should you get a good result? Because there is no law like that. All that is just accident. Therefore, you will not have any incentive to be a better person, to be a good person, right person. You need not observe anything right. Anyway, and therefore, I mean, no incentive will be there for the person to do anything good if the result is not assured like that. So, similarly, if one does not, so for this for rebirth, and if one does not accept the future birth also, the problem would be that if person dies without reaping the result, well, of his several karmas, good and bad, then there is no future janma, suppose, then all the karmas are hanging naturally, good and bad, without giving any result. And leading to what? Confusion. It's all confusion. And violation of law of karma also. There is no law of karma. There is no law of karma. Because you said there is no past birth, there is no rebirth. There is no law of karma. So if future birth is not accepted, then the logical fallacy is called uh, kruta hani. Hani. Krutam. Sukrutam, let's say. Sukrutam. You did sukrutam. You did good karmas. But hani. Your good karmas, without giving any good result, have gone. You have done. But people sometimes do it till the end of the life. The person was very busy in some charity organization, was doing so many things. Oh my God. And it may happen the person may die while doing the karma in office, in the field, right? Some heart attack, something. So till the end he was doing good, 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 good. Swamiji, he should get good karma, result of good karma. No, no, there is no law. No, no, he should get. Then how will he get? He should have a next birth. So if you don't accept future birth, then whatever you have done here, sukrutam, dushkrutam, hanihi, right? That logical fallacy is called kritahana, kritahanihi, etc. And if you don't accept the past birth, then the logical fallacy, well, logical fallacy means you are not able to explain why a baby has got suffering, as it has taken birth. It has not done any good karma, any bad karma, right? And someone is born directly in a royal family. Oh my God, what a care. Even a baby just, sneezes. Oh, 10 people are ready. And not just once, or just coughing. 10 doctors are ready. Hmm. So Swamiji, he has done good karma. What? He has just come out of the womb. Yeah. No answer. Could you follow? There is a fallacy there. You are not able to establish. You are not giving a logical fallacy means you are not able to give a proper reason. That's called failure in giving a reason. Is called logical fallacy. Logic means reason. Hmm. So that logical fallacy is called what? Akruta abhyagama. He has not done good or bad anything. Anybody, right? Still, he got it. He got suffering, or he got a good parentage, good family, royal family. Akruta, he has not done yet. Still came. No, sorry, that cannot be. Then you have to accept what? To establish reason, you have to say, the child who is born here must have done some karmas in the past, remaining in that body. If he has remained in that body, body is destroyed, but he must have survived. to experience the result of his karmas there. Could you follow? And therefore, or he will survive to experience the result of good karmas, bad karmas in this life. To experience that, he should have another body. Means he survives, that Jivatma survives the death of this body. That's what it is. Therefore, Jivatma also is eternal. So called. Right now. Okay? Ah. So Jivatma also, Dehinosmin yatha dehe. Kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantar prapti. Therefore, I am this is wrong. I am this is wrong. Why do you say all this? In Bhashyam it is coming. This is a Charvakamata, etc. Okay. So survival of the Jivatma, continuation of the Jivatma, Saiva Adhyaha Saushvaha, etc. In terms of Jivatma also can be proved. But Swamiji, there is no Jivatma. That's what we say ultimately. Atma is Nityaha, eternal, etc. And the meaning of the mantra is Purushaha Angushthamatraha. Purusha. This Atma, Jivatma, is Angushthamatraha because it obtains in the Antakarana, and that Antakarana is in the space, thumb size space. Where? Thumb size space of what? Heart. And that heart is where? In the body. So all pervading consciousness obtains here in Antakarana, identified with the Antakarana automatically because the ignorance is beginningless. Therefore, as it is obtained, it takes Antakarana as oneself, which is called Ahankara. That Mithya Antakarana is taken as the self. But really that Ahankara is what? Consciousness, all pervading consciousness. So Angushtamatra Purushaha, which is of the size of the thumb, this Ajivatma, which is of the size of the thumb, is Ishanaha, which is the Lord, Bhuta Bhavyasya, of the past and future. He is a Lord of time, Lord of past. Yeah. He is a Lord of present. And so present means what? What is obtains in present? Lord of just not time, what obtains in time. Because what obtains in time is in grip of time. And Ishvara is one who has a grip over the time. Ah. Therefore, Swami, he is a lord of time, but not lord of all this. All that is already in the jaws of time. And time is basically is in the jaws of Parameshwara. Yeah. That is, there is a mantra here in KathaUpanishad. Yeah. Yasya brahmachakshatram cha ube bhavata odanaha. Um, what is that? Yasya brahmachakshatram cha ube bhavata odanaha. Tasya upasechanam. Kalaha also upasechanam. Means brahmakshatram. Yasya odanaha. So this brahmana, kshatriyas, etc. means creation. So upalakshana. All that is there in this world, which is, we can say by upalakshana as in form of brahmana, kshatriya, etc. There's various people and the creation. Odanam is a rice for this Parmeshwara. Entire world is a rice for the Parmeshwara. Then rice no one takes, at least some chutney, some little vegetable. In southern part of India, they take more rice and less chutney, this much. Or even vegetables sometimes they take less. In some families may be different, but I have seen more of a rice. That's a staple food. So they take lot of rice. and with vegetable or chutney, they take like this little, and then they, who is doing it? Who is doing? Parmeshwara is doing. Entire world is a rice for him, cooked rice, huh? Naturally, cooked rice. Oh, whole. And what is upasechanam? Mrityu Devata, Yamaraja. He takes that rice along with that upasechanam called kala, along with that, gulp it. Lot of time, a lot of what is present in time. Oh, Swamiji, there was world before Vedic times. And Swamiji, present time. A present time is a time of a Facebook. Yeah, yeah. All is upasechanam, and along with the rice and upasechanam is in the Ishvara's jaw. That he has shown in 11th chapter. Mm. Everything, entire world. That's what Arjuna got frightened. We'll be seeing tomorrow. So, Purushaha Angushthamatraha Ishanaha Bhutavavyasya. And that Purusha, which is a Ishanaha, is what? Even Jyoti. We'll see. Why Purusha is called Jyoti, Atma is called Jyoti. There is a reason for that. It's like a flame. And what kind of flame? Adhumakaha, without smoke, without karyam, without karyam. Therefore, he is not a karanam also. Karya karana vilakshanam brahma. Amazing. Sahaeva, that alone, that Paramatma alone, which is in the form of this Angushtamatra Purusha, in the form of Ahankara, which obtains as Ahankara, which appears as Ahankara. Sahaeva, that alone, Adyaha, exists today. Saushvaha, and that alone will exist tomorrow. As a Jivatma, if you say Angushtamatra, no, Swami, Jivatma, okay, that also was in the past as a part's birth. That alone will be tomorrow as a rebirth. Could you follow? No, there is no Jiva. Just for the sake of saying. Well, then all that is Atma, which is Nitya. So that is in the form of, because that's timeless. And therefore, time is really speaking this past, present, future, that division done by the human being, understand? There is nothing called past, present, future. It's all division is for the fun. It's a luxury. It's luxury. There is nothing more. Don't think too much into this. Oh, past. That is good. We have divided so that we know that we have eaten breakfast in the morning past. And you will have some assurance that the lunch will be there in future. That's it. Nothing more than that. And at present, oh, I am full. So you won't bother about searching for food. So past, present, future is your luxury. We have made it a nightmare. Past, brooding over the past all the time. Anytime you meet any person, same old story. Same old story. Person said, you have told me 9 times. My patience is over now. Or else, worry of the future. All the time. No one lives in present. And the content of present is consciousness. And therefore, no one really appreciates what is the reality of oneself. Ah, either you are occupied with the worries of future, either you are occupied with the memories of the past. What is really luxury has become nightmare, not knowing that you are timeless consciousness. This is mithya. This is mithya. What comes out of you, what appears in you is mithya. Karyam is always mithya. Yeah. That's how Bhagavan said, Yamadharmaraja said, that Paramatma eats away everything. Oh yeah. Gujarati, they say, "Oh, you may be thinking, "Hey, what is that Sanskrit word, Swamiji? I want to." Yeah. So anytime when you go to now visit any restaurant, Mysore Cafe and all that, especially the South Indian restaurant, just observe this. This is, you are the one who is the eater of the entire world, along with the time, which is chutney. Yeah. It appears in you, it resolves in you. Therefore, अन्यत्र धर्मात, अन्यत्र स्मात, कृता कृतात. Nachiketa etadvaitat, which you asked about, the Atma which is free from kritam and akritam karya karanam, that Atma is this adhumakaha jyotihi ishanaho bhuta bhavyasya. Oh, I would like to see him. Angushta matra hai. Yeah, it's right here. Nothing is closer than ahankara to you. Nothing is so near. Even mind is not near. Ah, it's so near, so near, so near that you cannot objectify it. Sometimes it happens. A car which is on the road, which is too close, we are not able to objectify. What you call it is what? Huh? Blind spot. Look at that. That's how it's called, blind. You are not able to appreciate, not able to see. Too close. Too close is nothing other than subject. Could you follow? That's how it's called aparoksha. Immediate. By which even mind is objectified. Your memory, emotions, your doubts, your decisions, right? All are objectified. And lastly, even ahankara also. Ahankara also. Oh, ahankara comes and goes. That, like other things also, ahankara also you are able to appreciate. Oh, Swamiji, I was deep sleeper. Oh, where is it? Oh, it is gone. I'm waker now. Oh, Swamiji, waker has gone, then I dreamed. And so, waker, dreamer also you are able to objectify. Not waking world. You are able to objectify that. If you are waker, you cannot objectify waker. What you are, you cannot objectify. If you objectify something, it's not you. Then, in that case, suppose if you are not able to objectify the mind, and in that also, if you are not able to objectify the emotions, then it's a blessing. Because I am emotions then. If I am emotions, means I cannot know the emotions, I cannot objectify it, I cannot illumine them. Because emotion is illuminator. Then you won't know your emotions. In that case, you won't go to a psychiatrist. You won't pick up a call, phone and call and talk and cry and cry and cry. Yeah. When you cry, you should understand that you know you have objectified your emotions. That is the Jyoti, which even ahankara, which arises, this is a dhuma, a smoke which arises from that. First manifestation. Yeah. Because it obtains in ahankara. So that's its first manifestation there in the antakarana. So ahankara is the first manifestation. And then idam. First aham and idam. Aham and idam both have a basis in Atma, the knower and known. You are that knowledge which objectifies the knower, waker, and waking world. Known. Dreamer, dream world. Deep sleeper, and even that ignorance, etc. All shine in the in shine in the glory of this consciousness I. So that shows there is no duality. There is one whole consciousness. Knower and known are mithya. Duality is mithya. Right? This Advayam Brahma. You are that whole Brahman, Purnam. Without division, knower and known cannot create a division in you because they appear from you. That is mithya. What is mithya cannot impact what is real. What arises out of the rope cannot affect the rope. What arises out of the clay cannot affect clay. Even if suppose pot has a human mind, and pot thinks that she is the clay, Mrut, that is she actually. Okay? Yeah. Pot is masculine. Okay? Then without any intention, I'm telling. Pot wants to affect clay. All the time, clay thinks that I am, boasting. Samaji, she is boasting. I want to teach a lesson. I will go away after teaching the lesson. You can't. Yeah. Pot can't do anything. So what arises out of that in all the three states of experience? We are unconnected to that, in fact. We are asanga. Neither waking and waking world can affect you, neither dreamer and dream world can affect you, neither the deep sleeper and that ignorance, etc., can affect you. That blankness, unmanifest world can affect you. Nothing can affect you. They arise from you, they disappear in you. They arise from you, disappear in you. You are ever present, ever shining, self-effulgent consciousness, free from dhuma, free from this smoke, karya, right? So beautiful, right? These are the mantras to be kept in mind for Nididhyasanam. Take this mantra and say, say means mentally. Sitting in a home, if you start saying, closing eyes and saying, then they say, I will not allow you to go next camp. I thought you will become wiser. Instead, you have become, I thought you will become sane. You have become insane with your insane Swami also. So, Saheva, that alone is this. Exists today, that alone will exist tomorrow. Etad Vaitad. That's about that what you ask. O Nachiketa, this is that. Now, let's see first. Um, regarding this Jyoti, I will talk later. Let me first complete Bhashyam. Angushthamatraha Purushaha Jyotihi Iva Adhumakaha Adhumakam Iti Yuktam Jyotihi Paratvat Angushtamatra Purushaha. This Purusha, this Jivatma, which is Angushtamatra, which is seemingly of the size of thumb, right? Angushtamatra, seemingly size of. Pot which is a seemingly size of the pot, the space which is the seemingly size of the pot. Seemingly, it's all pervading. So, this Jivatma which is seemingly of the size of the thumb, Angushtamatra, Purushaha, is what? Is a Jyotihi iva adhumakaha. Adhumakam is like the smokeless flame. It's and it is proper here to take grammatically. Bhashyakara corrects it, but it's not real correction. But he does it. Adhumakaha is there. He quietly makes it adhumakam. Adhumakam jyotihi. Adhumakaha jyotihi cannot be grammatically. It's a Vedic license. Veda uses that way because Vedic grammar is different and or else Chandasa, etc. we called. It's a Vedic usage. But otherwise, grammatically, in our Sanskrit grammar, it should be adhumakam jyotihi because it's an adjective. So, to the jyoti and jyotis sakarantaha napumsakalinga word, napumsakalinga. Jyoti, he is a Napumsaklinga. We generally give a name, Jyoti, etc., to a feminine in India, but really speaking, it's a neuter word. So, Jyotihi, Jyotim, Jyotishi, Jyotimshi, something like that, I think, if I'm not wrong. Jyotihi, Jyotishi, Jyotimshi. So, it's like, I think, other Sakaranta words. Shreya, Shreyasi, Shreyamsi, something. But maybe Shreya could be the Sakaranta Pullinga word. I'll try to correct some word. Nabaha, Nabasi, Nabhamsi. But here Jyotihi is Jyotihi, Jyotishi, Jyotimshi. That's how it happens. Yeah. So Adhumakaha is a neuter gender. So therefore Bhashakara Adhumakaha he converts into Adhumakam. Prathama Vibhakti Ekvachan. And so Bhashakara says also Adhumakam iti yuktam. That's a proper usage. Because it's adjective qualifying a noun, and whatever may be the linga of the noun should be the linga of the adjective. That's how Bhashakara says Jyotihi Paratvat. Jyotihi Paratvat means basically it is connected to the word Jyotihi. Paratvat means here it is connected. Since it is connected, exact translation would be since it is word Jyotihi is connected to the word Adhumakaha, Adhumaka will be adjective to that. And therefore, whatever may be the gender of the noun should be the gender of the adjectives. Therefore, adhumakam jyoti. Chalo, further. Yastu evam lakshitah yogibihi hridaye ईशानः भूतभव्यस्य सनित्यः कूटस्थः अद्य इदानीं प्राणिषु वर्तमानः सौष्वः अपि वर्तिष्यते न अन्यः तत्समः अन्यश्च जनिष्यते इत्यर्थः यह this जीवात्मा अंगुष्ठमात्र पुरुषः यह एवं लक्षितः योगिभिः लक्षितः योगिभिः this अंगुष्ठमात्र पुरुषः who is visualized in meditation लक्षितः visualized in meditation by whom योगिभिः by the yogis by the meditators, right? I told you yesterday this ahang, this ahankara is looked upon as the Parmeshwara. You superimpose. So atasmin tad buddhihi. This jivatma, let's take jivatma is jivatma, while is looked upon as Paramatma. So I mean, jivatma is Paramatma. Oh, that is knowledge. But who is not able to gain knowledge, he will say, well, I am jiva only. I can't appreciate I am Paramatma. Okay, no problem. Leave the classes. Don't worry about KathaUpanishad classes, okay? Look upon this jiva who is present here, the ahankara which is present here in the heart, on the right side of your body, middle of the body, there is a heart, okay? In that there is a space, thumb-like space is there. You can ask to a doctor. And in that thumb-like space, there is a antakarana. The subtle body, the mind is there. That's a locus. That's a golaka for the antakarana. And that in golaka antakarana is there or something is there? No, 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 no. Ahankara, aham is there. Okay, aham means there is conscious being already there. Okay, okay, okay. That is jiva. That ahankara is jiva. That ahankara, on that ahankara, that locus, you superimpose Paramatma. Means aham Paramatma. Somebody, that's a reality, Mahavakya. I'm talking about meditator who doesn't appreciate that. Then you do a bhavana. When you you don't have a knowledge, do a bhavana. Visualization, bhavana. If you have knowledge, there is no need of. Knowledge is something you know a given thing as it is. But here, to know ahankara as it is in true sense means Paramatma only. But no. Then okay, then you visualize yourself as Paramatma. What can we do? You visualize. You superimpose. Oh, Ishvara is everywhere. I can't I can't see Ishvara in my neighbor. No, 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 no way. I can't see in my spouse. Oh, no way. Then okay. On that one idol, very stone. No, 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 no. You superimpose. Atasmin tad buddhi. Do that. Suddenly it is a black stone. No. Visualize there as Parmeshwara, a given form. There is a connection with that form. When we say Ishvara, there is some connection. Anyway, so you look there as Ishvara. Then once you start looking there, and then we'll explain you the form, and then you find, oh, all the elements are, it represents all elements. My God. All elements are Parmeshwara. When I say this is Parmeshwara, but this represents all elements. Therefore, all elements are Parmeshwara. Now your vision for Ishvara has grown larger. And he is a conscious being in that form, in that Panchamahabhutas. Yeah. Conscious being looking at you. Yeah. Right? Then the one conscious being behind these five elements or elemental world, that's called Virat Paramatma. Can you see now any form as a form of Ishvara? So. Okay. That's how it is, right? Huh. So you take up a form which has a connection with the certain nature of Ishvara. And that's how this particular form, and not this. This all can be looked upon, but you cannot. You cannot appreciate immediately. There you immediately appreciate. There is a water coming out in form of Ganges. There is a Damru, space. And then there is he has tied his hair, indicating Vayu. And then the whole body is earth. And on the other side, there is a fire, torch, right? Therefore, all elements are there. And behind that, he is seeing. So, he is conscious being in that all elements. Therefore, the all elements and the elemental world has adhishthanam in conscious being. That conscious being with the entire physical world is called Ishvara. When I say physical world, definitely includes senses and everything, subtle world. So there are senses and everything also. There are ears and these and then there is lot of things, lots of things. Lots of things can be said there. So anyway, so now yastu evam lakshitaha yogi bihi. Yogi can be referred even as upasaka. That's how Puja Swamiji looked upon this mantra. Or else yogi means gnani also. Gnani looks upon yaha angushtamatra purushaha. This angushtamatra purusha, the jivatma is looked upon, is seen, is known clearly by the jnanis as what? Ishanaha bhutabhavyasya. Either way you can take. Yes, and that is to lakshitaha, through lakshana. You have to go through the names and forms. Names and forms are also manifestation. But as adhishthanam, as the very consciousness adhishthanam, as a Brahman, well, definitely you understand it as a lakshana, bhagatyaga lakshana. What is mithya? You keep it aside and you take the adhishthanam. So bhagatyaga lakshana. Therefore, same ahankara, you cannot look upon yourself as a Brahman, no problem. Karyakarana sanghata is mithya, definitely. Therefore, keep I am. Give out everything else. Yeah, ahankara's job is as the I manifest in this heart, in antakarana, it starts telling everything as I. And therefore you can say, I am basically, the mind. I am memory. I am this. I am that. I am perceiver. Further, senses. I am hungry, thirst, pranas. And then the whole subtle body you say I. And then you say I am gross body also. Through that. That I sense do not go further. So that is then you are individual. That is due to ignorance. So remove that. Karyakarana Sangata is mithya. I am is satyam, abhaditam. I cannot be negated. One who negates everything cannot be negated. To negate everything, you need I. You to negate everything, you need negator, at least. Negator can be conscious being or an inert being. Conscious. So you cannot negate I. In process of negating I, you will have a spondylitis. Keep doing. I am not there. To say I am not there, I is always there. Try to negate I, consciousness. That's how it's Satyam. Cannot negate. It is coming. Because in the Easter camp also somebody asked me this question. But Swamiji, how will you know that Atma doesn't die? Maybe, after death of the body, Atma also dies. It is answered here. We'll see. Anyway, yastu evam lakshitaha yogi bihi. Yogi also refer, can be upasaka or jnanis. So that Jivatma who is visualized, known in this manner, evam, in this manner, Ishanaha bhuta bhavyasya. Either that Ishanaha you superimpose upon Jivatma Angushtamatra, or that Jivatma is seen clearly, right, as a Ishanaha, Lord of everything, Lord of time, Lord of all creation, the cause of the creation. That yogi vihi lakshitaha where? Hridaye, right? In the antakarana. That is where you know everything. In antakarana only you know everything. Whole creation. So where you know the entire creation, there only you know the truth of the creation. Right? Where you know the snake, there itself you know the what? Rope. Oh, Swamiji, this is snake. Known here. So then this is rope known where? In the kidney? Here itself. So all entire Jagat, you say, well, this is Swami, this is table, this is this. All the thing is known where? Here. That's where the truth of that also is known. Means truth of that is also known here. What is the truth of everything? The cause that is Brahman. Anyway, so therefore, yastu evam lakshitaha yogi bhi hridaye ishanaha bhuta bhavyasya. And that is Ishanaha, that Jivatma is none other than Paramatma, and who is a master of past, present, and future, which is basically a lot of time. Time and what is Lord of time? It itself, not itself, I should say, himself is free from time. I would not like to say beyond time. Then again, some kind of concept will come. Beyond time. Beyond time. It is free from time. Timeless. And therefore, what? Bhashyakara says, Sahanitya. Therefore, that Atma, which is Ishanaha, which is timeless, is eternal. Nitya, time, it's eternal, is timeless is better. And Kutasthaha, naturally changeless. What is within time changes. What is timeless never change. That simple rule. Simple. What is within time changes. In fact, you never objectify time. You never. Like you objectify this, you objectify clip, objectify time. Objectify. Where is how you say this is time? Somebody, there is clock there. Hey, it is clock. It's not time. Really. We had a concept that these are the 12 hours and these and that and all we have done. Who has created this? Human being has created. Looking at this, you are saying time. I'm saying try to objectify the time. Like you are objectifying me. You are objectifying clip. You are objectifying camera. You are objectifying car. Tell me, Swamiji, like I objectify, I know the car. Same way I know the time. Cannot. Simply, you cannot objectify even space. Cannot. Swamiji, I am seeing you and I am seeing you the space also. You are seeing this, you are seeing yourself because I is sitting in this, and therefore between that there is a gap. You is a concept in form of concept. That's all called Sakshi Pratyaksha. You cannot perceive through your senses time and space. You measure time by a change in a given object. A change. When a given thing changes, it is connected to the time because anything which is time bound is undergoes change. And thereby you measure the time. Yeah. Swamiji, I saw you last year and now I find a lot of change. You have already brought the time there. I saw you last because you noticed change. You immediately brought. Last year I saw and now I am seeing you there is a lot of change. What are you doing, Swamiji? Eat something good. You look very old. The Swami could not take class anymore because somebody told you old, very old. Just, it's a joke. Don't worry about it. And that too, people sometimes say particularly. They lengthen also. Old. The way they utter word old makes you older. Guys, this is how it is. Or else a object moves in space. Immediately bring time. You, suppose, being Saturday, suppose. Okay, let me go tomorrow. Swami's class is there. He is going to talk all the time. It is. Let me go. Then as you go from this place to the other place, automatically time comes. What time should I leave? Abba. You are going, it's in terms of space only, in terms of physical distance, space. Why should you bring time? Cannot but bring time. When will I reach? Look at that. What time should I leave? How much it will take? Looking at the traffic, I should leave little early. Automatically time comes. This is how you may objectify time, not really as just object. Anyway, so I'm changeless. If I'm timeless, I'm changeless. Changeless in terms of movement also. Understand? Changeless in terms of a certain change occurring in a given thing. As a consciousness, I don't undergo any change. But I told you, Swamiji, you have undergone a change. You have added Dhumaha. You have added smoke also along with this is really, I was really amused when I saw yesterday afternoon. I was really amused. What a thing Yamadharma has said. It's a most appropriate example. That's how I thought, let me take a Jyoti meditation today. So that lamp, etc. Of course, I have not yet said why Atma is compared with the Jyoti, which will be seen. But I want to first finish this Bhashyam, then we'll go into that. So, here, Hridaye Ishanaha Bhutavavyasyah sa Nityah Kutastha. Invariable, you say changeless, etc., etc. Adya, Adya. Because the Adya word is there in a Shruti. Pashakara translated as a Idanim. So this Ekatma, Ekatma means this Ishanaha, which is none other than the Jiva, or the Jiva who is none other than this Ishanaha Lord, that Atma Saha is now also in all the living beings. Idanim Pranishu Vartamanaha. Pranishu. Idanim Vartamanaha. It is that Jyoti which is present in all, because of which everyone sees, everyone hears, you can connect with the meditation. Everyone hears. You are able to see, same Jyoti is present there. I am able to see, same Jyoti. Are you able to hear? Yes, same Jyoti. Hmm. The same Jyoti is present, Pranishu, Vartamanaha, therefore Adya, Idanim. Right? So, which is that alone exists today in all Sarva Pranishu. Vartamanaha, Sahushvaha, and in the future also will continue to, and in all the living beings will continue to exist also in the future. Sahushvaha api vartishyate. It will be there in the future also. Therefore, Bhashakara says, na anyaha. So, na anyaha. There is no other Atma available. Na anyaha. There is no other Atma available. Na tat samaha anyasya janishyate. Tat samaha. Another one equivalent to that. Janishyate. In future. It will be born in future. This Atma is there right now, that's fine. And when this Atma is there cannot be other Atma. There is only one Atma. In all Pranishu Vartamana. Seer, hearer, thinker, walker, talker, all ER. In form of ER. That's a role. Seer is, you are not seer. Really speaking, you are not seer. Seer is you, that's fine. Because you are seeing me, so you are seer. With that Jyoti only, that Jyoti is present in the eyes, Jyoti is present in the mind, and then with that Jyoti, well, definitely illumined. Could you follow what I'm saying? One Jyoti, which is present in the eyes, ears, etc. Well, that is, everything is shines. Entire sensory world shines, waking world. Anyway, Idanim pranishu vartamanaha saushvaha vivartishyate na anyaha. There cannot be other atma. Na tatsamaha anyaha janishyate. Anyaha, but not now. There is no other atma right now, fine. But there will be another atma. This atma will go away and there will be another atma equivalent to this atma will be born later in future. No. Why? Why? Swamiji, can you tell us a reason? I'm asking you the reason. I'm asking you the reason. Why there cannot be another Atma? Why that kind of Atma? This Atma will go. Right now it is there in all. It is there, fine. There cannot be other Atma, that is also fine. I want reason for that. And there cannot be other Atma which will be born later, equivalent to this Atma right now. Why? One simple reason. One line reason. Which will which will basically whole thing will go away. What is that reason? Huh? Limitless. What is limitless cannot be another one. There cannot be another Atma because Atma is limitless. And then, of course, limitless in terms of time. Therefore, timeless. Cannot be time bound. Could you follow? If it is, I am not time bound, timeless, then there is question of birth of same Atma later, equivalent to this Atma in future. If that Atma is born in future, means it is time bound. If Atma is limitless in terms of time, even, then what is here now is tomorrow also. It was there in past also, etc. Could you follow? There cannot be birth of the Atma. To have a birth, a given thing should be time bound, exist within time, etc. That's so Atma is limitless. That's it. But over. It's not subject to time. We have orientation of thinking all the time. Anything we think of, always we have an orientation of time. Always. And therefore, this kind of a thing becomes little difficult. After certain days, it is very difficult to. Swami gave so many sweets, so many sweets. For days together, I'm not going to eat now. I would not even see after going to the home. Anything you think of, you always bring a concept of time. which is a glory. Of course, it's a luxury, but we don't. Anyway, that is how it is. Because we think of objects. We think of any objects, means we objectify the objects through our thought. And that object, whatever it is within time. So always a concept of time also goes along with your knowledge. Therefore, to see oneself, to know oneself, which is timeless. Oh my God, that is very difficult, Swamiji. That's true. And then further, it is said, Anena Nayamastiti Cha Eke Iti Ayam Pakshah Nyayatah Apraptah Api स्ववचनेन श्रुत्या प्रत्युक्तः तथा क्षणभंगवादश्च. Now, before going into that, I will explain you why the word Jyoti is used for Purusha, the Atma. It's a very commonly used in the Shastra. We have in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, we have a SwM2026 Brahmana. SwM20. So, self-effulgent. Swayam means self-effulgent. The consciousness is self-effulgent. So, based upon this word Jyotihi is used for the Atma based upon a eyesight. So, eyes see only what is lighted, right? You require light to see. And this particular fact is taken and stretched to make a people appreciate ultimately the reality, that is oneself. So all five senses basically light up the sensory world, which we in the morning also we saw. So all five senses light up the sensory world. And the question is, are there five lights or there is a single light behind that? Now you know there is a single light behind these five senses which light up the world. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, sensory world. So there are no five lights. There are five beams of light, I said. Right? Even though I see the five beams of light, I don't take the light, the lamp, inside the pot. Yes, many, right? I said that. And therefore, even though there are five lights, looks like, but behind that there is one light. And that light is mind. Mind. Yeah. So you did not say, I said lastly, thoughts. Okay. So that is the light is mind. But then mental images, all thoughts are also lighted. Thoughts of emotion, I said also. Thoughts of emotions, memories, all. They also are lighted. Therefore, mind cannot be the light, ultimate light. What will be the light? Sakshi, witness, consciousness, etc. Consciousness. So that is called Jyoti. So all this basically, why for Atma the consciousness word Jyoti is come? Because ultimately that just as the light lights up everything, what is there present in the room, same way ultimately Atma is the light because of which the mind is lighted, senses are lighted, and ultimately the world is lighted. Entire world is lighted. Could you follow? And therefore, that's called Atma is called Jyoti. And that light is lighting. That light is shining. That light is not lighting, that light is shining. Is because of what? Because it is shining. Shining. Therefore, it is Swayam Jyoti. It is self shining. It doesn't have a cause to shine because his nature is to shine. His nature is to shine. Sun shines because of the sun shines. No, sorry, the scientists say this and that. Okay, that's fine. But let's for us. Sun shines because sun shines. But you and me shine because sun shines. Therefore, the world shines because senses shine. Senses shine because the mind shines. Mind shines because I shine. Consciousness shine. I shine because I shine. Clear? That's how ultimately it's called Jyoti. So Jyoti is word basically borrowed from this eyesight, etc. Eyes can't function without light. From that you pick up word light. And then it is a light of all lights. Jyotisham Jyoti. Why? Jyotisham Jyoti. Yeah. Mind is a Jyoti. Mind lights up the senses. Yeah. So, right? Mind lights up senses. Therefore, mind is a Jyoti. Then you see the senses are Jyoti. It lights up the world. Therefore, senses are Jyoti. But then senses are Jyoti, you find that is really not Jyoti. The mind is the Jyoti, which lights up the senses. Then mind is not Jyoti. I am Jyoti. So I'm Jyoti of the Jyotis. What is this? Can you find such a name of some person? Jyoti is there, right? But really speaking, that Jyoti Bahan, Jyoti Bahan is really, if you look into Jyotisham Jyotihi. Okay? Yeah. Not Jyotisham, but as such, let's take Jyotishaha Jyotihi. That Jyoti, well, really speaking, she is self-shining consciousness, because of which the name form Jyoti shines. This is just by the way. But so ultimately, Jyotisham Jyotihi. Not only that, whatever illumines this world, that these are Jyotis. Yeah. Sunshine. Sun is a Jyoti, Swamiji. You are also Jyoti, Sun is a Jyoti. No, how can, therefore you cannot say Jyotisham Jyotihi. I am the Jyoti, light of the lights. I cannot say. Sir, that shines because of I shine. Yeah. Na tatra Suryo Bhati. Huh? Therefore, sun shines because your eyes shine. Huh? Sun is shining because your eyes is shining. One who doesn't have eyes, for a blind person, well, there is heat of the sun. There is no jyoti of the sun. Therefore, I shine. I shine because mind shines. Mind shines because I shine again. So therefore, you are jyoti of this external jyotis called sun, moon, etc., everything. Anyway, so that is how it has been said there. Sun, moon, and other things. Lightening and other things. So there is light of lights, consciousness, SwM Jyoti. And that is Adhumakaha. Okay, then further we'll see after in the afternoon. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om